Hey y'all, welcome back. This is Michelle from Michelle's Empty Nest, and it is time for episode 2 in my From the Vault series, where I'm sharing with you my old traveler's notebooks from back in 2015 at this point. So episode 1 was for June of 2015, and this month, we're looking at July of 2015. I kind of rediscovered these when I was moving my craft room downstairs several months back. I had not, they were kind of in a little tote or a basket, and I had not looked at them in years, probably since 2016 or 2017. It's honestly been a long time. You won't get to hear the creak this month that we heard last month because I've had to restart this video a couple of times because I keep having to clear my throat. Allergies are still driving me crazy. Privet hedge or something is out there just blooming away, and it really does affect my ability to keep my throat clear. So I'm going to try to not have to do that in this one, but if I do, we're just going to overlook it because I really don't want to have to restart again. So if you remember from last month, I'm trying to do this on the third Saturday of each month, and I got this idea from the Reset Girl, and she was sort of my segue into memory keeping and scrapbooking. She was Corey, the Reset Girl. And she did a lot of little challenges, photo challenges. This Lister's Got a List challenge, like 30-day photo prompts. She offered classes and walked us through creating different types of journals and things like that. And if she was offering it, I was doing it. Through her is where I learned about Allie Edwards and One Little Word, which eventually led me to December Daily, which eventually made me start wanting to scrapbook. And in 2020, I did, in fact, start scrapbooking at that time. But at this point, I was not scrapbooking. I was just doing this version of scrapbooking or memory keeping. So let's go ahead and look. I followed along with whatever Corey did. And so this is how she did it. We just used scrapbook paper to cover the covers, to recover them, and then used washi tape along the spine. And then if you can see, there's a shine there, and that's just packing tape. And even though I haven't handled these a lot and opened them up and flipped through them, I think they've held up surprisingly well. They seem to be in pretty much the same condition as when I, stored them away and finished looking at them. So definitely going for a patriotic theme here with July. And then I always listed out her prompts. She gave a prompt list, then the prompt list in a form that was already preset to print out on a certain size of label. So I used clear labels for that. She sold all kind of stickers and things. And I also purchased a whole bunch of that stuff as well. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So here is my favorite childhood memories of July the 4th. And I put fireworks, family gatherings, food, fun with cousins, Six Flags, and swimming. And I'll go ahead and remind you that I also learned a lot about the rule of 3 and visual triangles from the Reset Girl. Way back when, I started off with that as kind of being a rule to follow. And so I would always put my number 3 times. So here's a 1, here's a 1, here's a 1. And probably you're going to find that there's a date stamp 3 times on just about every page. Either one time or I did it multiple times and did it 3. So favorite planner accounts. I thought this was kind of interesting. I guess this was already over on Instagram. And so I have the Reset Girl, Jen Plans, The Day Designer, Live Life and Create, Amy Tangerine, Shelly Darling, The Planner Society, The Happy Planner, Inkwell Press, Studio 12E, or was that L2E? I don't know. And then October Afternoon. Now, at the time, whenever she would curate kits, there would often be some October Afternoon in there. I had no clue that they were such a big name, or that they would be one day sought after. I just knew that I liked their stuff, and I didn't know they were such a big deal in the scrapbooking community at that time. Books to read this summer, I put Go Set a Watchman, Big Little Lies, A Clockwork Orange, Paper Towns, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Messenger, Heart of Darkness, The Taste of Fear, and A Summer Affair. So there's some new books as well as some classics on there. And I probably did read those all the time, or read those all throughout the summer. All right, and then we've got Why I Love My Country. Excuse me. And I was doing tip-ins and little interactive things way back then as well. So I put Built on Biblical Principles, God Loving and Fearing, All of Our Freedoms, The Rights We Have, Greatest Nation in the World, and She is Beautiful. Some of that has changed, but I do still love my country. Sundays are for, and I put Faith, Family, and Football. I kind of went with more of a springy vibe here. This has much more of a fall feel to it. How I would describe my style. All right, let's see what this one says. I did not get this far into filming the other times I've had to restart. So let's see. I had read up until the 4th, I think. So these pages I have not looked at yet today. All right, vintage, modern, rustic, and chic. And you know what? That's still pretty much true. I kind of have a modern farmhouse chic vibe in my house to this day. So that's kind of funny. And I'll work on that later. If calories were not a factor, I had not perfected the art of flip-ups, obviously. Breakfast, I would have cheesecake. Lunch, a souvlaki. Supper, meatloaf with mashed potatoes. Snacks would be chocolate, and my drink would be wine. Wow. Oh my goodness. At least I tried to make these two crazy busy pages match. That was something that I obviously didn't do very often. Wishful thinking, I put money is not an issue. Travel the world for the next 10 years, eat whatever I want, and look like a supermodel. I'll take it. Number 9, things I have lost. Okay, so I put Mama's princess ring. I lost that when I was like 12. She had a gorgeous princess ring, and we lost it while we were cooking a meal, and I never could find it. We dug through trash and everything. My class ring, I have no idea. It just vanished. I don't know where it went. My passport, I did have to get a new one. Old school projects and awards and house fire. My parents' house burned after, let's see, like in 2009, I think is when it burned. My creative spunk, and I put fixing that, and close friends fixing that too. I had really closed myself off with being so busy with my children that I kind of lost touch with a lot of friends, and I still haven't regained the same level of friendships, the same deep friendships that I used to have, and I do miss that. Pet peeves, this ought to be good. Oh, looks like I went with a lot of grammar things. When people say I seen you the other day, that drives me crazy. Misuse of tutu and two, there, and there. People who wear dirty clothes and shoes, nasty nails, and arrogance. Those are some pet peeves still today. Prices of recent purchases. No major purchases have been made recently. Names of streets I've lived on. Let me think if I want to even flip this over. I don't think it has towns on it, probably just the street names, so we'll go with it. Saddle Court, Trice Road, Trice Cemetery Road, Willingham Springs Road, East Poplar Street, Hannah's Mill Road, Sherry Street, and Ben Hill Road. So that takes me back as far as I can remember. Let's see, currently wearing PJs, wedding band, a low-kai bracelet. Remember those that had the little like the Dead Sea sand, and then Himalayan water, I think, in some of the beads is what that was. diamond earrings, red fingernail polish, dark gray toenail polish, and contacts. So I was pretty specific there. Favorite YouTube channels. Making It as a Middle School Teacher, which was my YouTube channel at the time. The Reset Girl, The Planner Girls, Living by Lynette. Oh gosh, I had forgot about her. I wonder if she's still making videos. Uppy's Beads 59, which she has since changed her channel name. And I can't recall what it is right now. How Jen Does It. I don't think she's making videos anymore. Kristen Games, she's still there. L is for Living. I don't think I follow her anymore. And Gaither on Vivo. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, there we go. I was going to say I'll have to fight with it off camera later. Okay. Superpowers I wish I had. I'd love to fly. I still would love that. Oh, and look. The word fearless, which was my word last year, and I have it tattooed on my arm this year. How about that? Reasons why and then it's do or don't procrastinate. It looks like I circled do and marked out don't. I work well under pressure. Again, just these crazy, crazy random patterns. Favorite movie characters. And I put, oh, look. It's a typo. I am a book lover. That drives me crazy too. That's a pet peeve. So I need to fix that. Advice I wish my children would follow. Believe in God, be honest, do the right thing, and cleanliness is next to godliness. Let's see. How technology has changed my life. Boy, that's some randomness there, wouldn't you say? Wowzers. All the information in the world is available in a tiny phone 24/7. Easier to stay in touch, know what's going on around the entire globe instantly. Made me better at trivia. Took away some face-to-face interaction. And boy, wouldn't we still discuss that being an issue. And could be a huge waste of time and energy. So this was in 2015. And we're still struggling with a lot of the same things here in 2022. Probably even to a greater degree. In fact, I would say definitely to a greater degree even today. Things I love about my generation. And almost always my middle page came out because I really chunked these books up. So this is another case of that. We were fun-loving. We lived through the 80s. We survived not wearing seatbelts and laying in the back window of the car. We used the antenna to turn the knob, or we used the antenna and turn the knob TV that went off the air at midnight. But now we have so much technology at hand, and we were the first real users of computers. So that was what I thought about that. Where I love to shop. Target, still true. IKEA, still true. Yep. It looks like all these are still going to be true. Target, IKEA, Hobby Lobby, Michaels, Home Goods, Bed Bath & Beyond, Ulta, Bath & Body Works, DSW, Staples, PetSmart, Kroger, and Trader Joe's, and Whole Foods. So, you know, we think we change a lot, but my goodness, y'all, this is almost 7 years ago. Like a couple months shy of 7 years ago. And some of these things are still like spot on me to a T. When I retire, spend time with future grands. I still don't have any grandchildren. Travel the world and plenty of hobby time. Yep, there we go. If I had a time machine, I would go back to 1990 and start over raising my boys with what I know now. I would do some things differently. Some things would stay the same though. And that's true. There's a lot of things I would do exactly the same, but being older and wiser and knowing how some things turned out, I would definitely change a few things as well. Life lessons I have learned. Don't take your parents for granted. That is true. By this point in time, both of my parents had passed away. I lost them in 2010 and 2012. Go to church regularly and be active. You don't have a monkey in every circus. Have a good solid savings account. Put yourself in their shoes. Will this really matter in 5 years? Stay close to friends and don't worry about what others think of you. I would say that's all still true as well. Let's see. Splish, splash. Oh, here we go. Movies that have made me cry. The Passion of the Christ, Ghost, The Hunger Games, and most Disney movies. And that's true. When my boys were younger, I cried at every Disney movie. Oh my goodness. Y'all, this is too funny. My dream craft space, and I used a Pottery Barn version of this desk to show my husband what I wanted, but this looks like more like an IKEA version. Definitely calyx units. I have these exact same paper holders, although at the time I did not even know what they were. They're actually from Cropper Hopper, but you can get them on Amazon. That is so funny. My craft room looks so much like this. It's not even funny. And, you know, when I was designing my new craft space upstairs, even though it was in a different room, it still had the same look and feel to it. And most of the same pieces of furniture. I had totally forgot about this. I mean, this was years and years ago. But isn't that funny how I put timeless? Yeah, it's timeless to me. That's for sure. Current washi I am loving, attached samples, and so I have all this crazy washi here with a few more neutrals down towards the bottom. Favorite eye candy. Oh, I put Olin. That's my husband. He's my eye candy. What I always order at my favorite restaurants, at Aviano's, which is a local place, souvlaki, Chick-fil-A, a fried market fresh salad, Zaxby's, a Caesar salad, O'Charlie's, cedar plank salmon, and Sonic, a chili cheese coney. I don't always get the salads anymore, even though I'm fixing to change back to doing that more often because we're switching to paleo. Or we'll have already switched by the time you see this video. But some of the other things, even though I can't eat them anymore, would still be the same. What I love to daydream about. Things in the future, like family gatherings, weddings, grandbabies, vacations. So I was really, really hoping for grandbabies at that point in time. I still am, but none of my children are even married yet. Things I accomplished in July. Continued healing from ACDF surgery. That was anterior cervical discectomy and fusion. And I had that in, let's see, May of 2015 is when I had that. So I was still healing. I had to wear a hard collar till September of that year. It was a horrible summer. X-rays and follow-up with Dr. Holliday from my ACDF. We celebrated July the 4th. Saw Dr. Powell for consultation on breast reduction, which I had in October of that year. I had 3 major surgeries that year, and a diabetes class at the Jones Center all day. And then there was always a few pages left over. So yeah, that's a look at my Lister's Got a List Challenge Traveler's Notebook from July of 2015 that I did with Corey, who was the Reset Girl, and I guess she still is. I'm just not sure where she's posting her content anymore, if she's still doing that. So thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me for a little while today. I appreciate it so very much. If you enjoyed my old notebook, I'd love a thumbs up down below. And if you have not already hit that subscribe button, I would certainly appreciate you doing that. And please also, I'll get these words out eventually, please also follow me over on Instagram. And I think that's where we'll leave it for today. There won't really be anything that I can link in this video, but I always have those most used links down below. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, or if you just have something you'd like to chat about, I'd love to do that as well. Until I see you in the next video, take care of yourself, do something good for yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.